Huh? Okay, I don't understand this comment, but I love it. Tourist comment, yay, no more testing to come back. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes, of course. I did read this somewhere. I think the United States will stop testing for COVID people that are flying into the country. This is true. Thank you very much. But I read that. I'm like, TC? What the hell is a TC? Anyhow, good morning. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. This is our get together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at your comments and we take a look at headlines from our city, from our state, and our country. We try to make sense of it all. We try to combine all the good stuff so that we can have a more connected life here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English speaking locals. And we throw into the mix a bunch of friends that have a special place in their hearts for Puerto Vallarta, and consider yourselves locals to a certain extent. So everybody's welcome. Tourists, well, yes, of course you're welcome too, but there's so many other resources out there for tourists that we don't have a lot of answers for tourists. But you are more than welcome if you are planning to live here or come here for a long time or move or retire. This is your community. Today is Friday the 10th, and I cannot overstate, I think it's overstate, understate. I can't help but to show excitement because it rained. That's what I'm trying to say. I get my overstates and my understates so confused. Please don't hold it against me. But it rained. It rained last night, and it rained loud and strong and for a while here at Paco and Luna's headquarters. It started raining at about 1 o'clock in the morning. I woke up because of the new roof, the new metal roof that the next door gym installed. It was loud and beautiful and refreshing, and it lasted for well over an hour. We have a couple of reports about the rain, but I'm wondering, how was the rain in your neighborhood? Please add all the comments you wish to share because I'm happy about the rain. And look at all those thumbs up and look at all those hearts. You guys must feel strongly about the rain as well. Of course, the rain is a double-edged sword, but we'll get into that in a little while. We have news today about the weather. Of course, we have news about COVID and testing and a couple of other things. And but as always, if you are new to the broadcast, please let us know so that we can give you a proper welcome. All you have to do is write the word new in your comment, and we will be so very happy to give you a nice welcome to the cluster. And if you have something truly important to mention, please add a capital letter Q like Kate has done. Does this mean that COVID and all its variants have disappeared? Well, 3 thumbs up. I don't know what that is about, but no, COVID has not disappeared. and we don't want to be spreading that kind of information. Anyhow, let us get into the news and then we'll get into the weather and we'll take it from there. Well, as we've been talking about, the first storm of the season took place just a few hours ago. And even though the amount of rain was quite considerable, no major damages have been reported by the city's Civil Protection Department as of 10 o'clock in the morning. More rain is expected for the weekend, and we hope that this will not put a damper, no pun intended, uh, on the many works being conducted by the city to prepare for the rain season, particularly around the Rio Cuale, where we know they are not quite done. Now, we've been mentioning Pfizer vaccines, and yesterday afternoon, local authorities finally announced the latest availability of Pfizer vaccines for folks that are 12 years of age and older to pursue their first, second, or booster shots at any of the local health centers. There is no indication in this news note that clearly encourages folks like me, like myself, looking to get a second booster shot. But for those missing first, second, or third vaccine, and given the fact that COVID is still around, do not miss the opportunity to get vaccinated. Now, the location for some of the local health centers can be found in our general reference map, which can be found in our website in case you are wondering where you are supposed to go. Earlier this week, we announced that face masks were returning to the Guadalajara University campus, and now we learned that an outbreak in Puerto Vallarta's government offices has prompted the mandatory use of face masks at City Hall and other official buildings. I don't know about you. I still carry my face mask everywhere I go, and I still put it on quite frequently when I'm out and about if I feel uneasy, if I'm approaching a group of people, so forth and so on. So I encourage everyone to continue taking good care of yourselves and your loved ones. Continue following the guidelines. We don't want this to get ugly again. At least Luna and I do not want this to get ugly again. Now, moving to other topics, improvements to Seapal's water distribution network are always good, but unfortunately they come attached to temporary water shortages, and Pitillal and surrounding areas are presently affected. Seapal has announced that they are working nonstop, as in 24 hours in multiple shifts, substituting a valve to improve service, and service is expected to come back later on today in Pitillal and surrounding communities that are presently affected. If you live in any of these communities and you find that your water pressure is low, please keep your fingers crossed that everything will be back to normal later on today. And of course, Cepal has been busy digging up Basilio Vadillo. They published this short little video, and they are, and I quote, modernizing the infrastructure that has already fulfilled its lifeline period and will allow to be prepared for the increase in demand of service, which roughly translates into there are shitloads of new condos in the neighborhood now, and we need to handle shitloads of, well, you know what, and I know I'm being snarky, but it is Friday. It is progress, I suppose. And speaking of progress, let us turn over to the weather just to see what we can expect for the rest of the weekend. Huh. Snarky Weather says your weather is bad and you should feel bad. Well, I don't think the weather is bad. The weather is lovely. It feels like 29 degrees, but it is 26 degrees. Humidity is at 88% right now. There's a 9% chance of rain, according to the weather forecast. But look at all those cloudy and rainy icons in the bottom of the screen. It seems like it's going to be a wet week moving up. So let's take a look at the weather forecast. For today, rain until morning, which we enjoyed, starting again in the evening today. More rain later on today with a high of 30 and a low of 24. Tomorrow, Saturday, we can expect a humid and mostly cloudy day with a high of 31 and a low of 24. And Sunday, humid and partly cloudy through the day with a high of 31 and a low of 24. So it's going to be humid. It's going to be a wet weekend, and and that should be fun. Now, moving right along, I wonder if we are allowed to experience some jealousy here at Coffee and Headlines. And I felt jealous this morning. Why did I feel jealous this morning? Well, check out these buses that they are installing in or starting to use in the city of Merida in Yucatan. I mean, they are super swanky. They are 100% electric. They feature USB chargers. They have Wi Fi. They have GPS. They have handicap access. Why, why can we not get pretty buses like this? And that's just a question out to the universe. I think these are absolutely gorgeous. And and I also think that they would be destroyed in our cobblestone streets in a matter of weeks, or maybe not. I don't know. I just wish we had better buses here in the city. Moving right along, I want to let you know that the latest edition of the Puerto Vallarta Film Festival, organized by the local campus of the Guadalajara University, is coming up in 5 days. This is the 20th Puerto Vallarta Film Festival. Now, why do we not know about this? Well, the festival mostly, or pretty much, takes place at the campus of the university out by Ixtapa, so it's not easy to get to. But if you are in that neck of the woods and you want to attend, I will leave you with the the official website. Although I must say I attempted to load it in anticipation of today's broadcast, and it seems like the official website for the film festival is not working properly. Nonetheless, or nevertheless, or regardless, I cannot find my words today. Um, I'm going to share it. I'm going to leave it in the show notes, and I'm going to hope that by the time you get to the show notes today, you will be able to access this page. And last but not least, I want to remind you of this new opportunity that Whiskey Kitchen is providing for those of us that are members of the LGBTQ plus community to gather. This will be Meet Your Neighbors Get Together this coming Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. What a great opportunity for us to get to know each other. Bring a friend. If you haven't visited Whiskey Kitchen, this is a great opportunity to enjoy a nice meal or maybe a cocktail, or just get to know some friendly people. This is an event that is public. That is, there is a Facebook event for it, and I am going to share it in the show notes as well. And this brings us to your comments. Let me take a quick look at what everybody is up to, aside from these wonderful good mornings that I love, 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 love. What trouble can we get into today, says Albert? Well, I don't know, but if you come up with any good ideas, please let me know. Bronica is in the house. Good morning from Toronto. Although you don't live here, I know that you keep coming back to Puerto Vallarta, so I'm always grateful to see your beautiful faces. And I always enjoy reading your restaurant reports. If you haven't had a chance to meet Bronica, that is Brad and Monica, they spend so much time exploring restaurants here in the city. It's not even funny. I've learned a few tips from them, let me tell you. Let's see. D says, rain, glorious rain at last. First storm, everything's so bright and clean this morning. Give it a couple of days and look up to the mountains, and the change is absolutely noticeable. And for any of you that are new to the city or are new to this time of the year, the transformation that our surrounding hills go through, and just public parks and places where there are plants in general, is just beautiful to witness. It really is. Jonathan adds to the comments, amazing rainstorm last night. everything clean and green this morning. Carlos says hello. Hola, papi. If you want a good massage, Carlos has a great spa massage location on Insurgentes Street. Let's see what else we have. There's a question here. Oh, we looked at this one. Does this mean that COVID and all its variants have disappeared? Well, three thumbs up. I don't know where that came from, Kate. Fill us in because I'm lost in your comment and I don't want to be lost. Let's see. Larry woke up with a lightning and thunder. I could hear some lightning from afar. And that serves as a reminder, friends, if the lightning and the thunder starts getting close, it's time to unplug your appliances. Remember, the weather can be cruel to your television and your microwave and other fancy chingaderas you may have in your home. Earl says, unfortunately, when it's loud, or says lousy, when it lousy rains, my dog will not let me sleep. Well, Luna gave me her usual tongue bath, and I couldn't sleep either. So I feel you. I hear you. Linda says, the rain made me anxious, made my mind go back to Hurricane Nora. There was noticeably more water in the river. Didn't sleep well. I am sorry to hear that, Linda. I don't know where your home is located, or certainly I hope you have not been a victim of too much water in your life. Let's see what else. Oh no, Rubina says, sad we are leaving tomorrow for Vancouver until October. Well, have a safe summer in Vancouver and come back when you're ready to come back. Sherry says, hey, Paco, we'll be replaying your Guadalajara trip as we are going to spend 1 week in Guadalajara after Puerto Vallarta this weekend. We'll be looking for great ideas. That is so good to hear. I'm actually going back to Guadalajara in the month of July for a concert of the Jalisco Philharmonic. There is a concert right after my birthday, and there are 2 pieces of music in the program that I have never heard live, and I'm looking forward to hearing and enjoying live. One of them is Foray's Pavan, which is a short, beautiful orchestral piece, although it's been adapted in many ways. And they're also doing Debussy's Daphnis and Chloe, the ballet music. And it's absolutely gorgeous music that I know very well from recordings, but I've never experienced it live. So I'm looking forward to that. And for those of you that want to rewatch the Guadalajara special, the link is the same link that we used to announce it, and all you have to do is go back into Buy Me a Coffee and find the link for this special, which, as you know, is for members and supporters. Face masks and rubber boots are needed at Unisa government building in Fluvial as there was so much water last night. It's closed today for payments and such as the water was pouring in over the workspaces on the lower areas. Guess they forgot to fix the roof, says Michael. Well, yeah, that is one of the things that happens when it rains. I know that my apartment has a couple of persistent water leaks, and I wondered if I should get up in the middle of the night to move furniture and whatnot, but everything was okay here. Catherine says those buses would not clear a tope or a bumper here in Puerto Vallarta, and I think you're onto something. Look at how low they seem to be. You are absolutely right. Oh, certainly not the locally made bumpers in some of the colonias. Those buses would be fried in a matter of days. But they are pretty, says Mijal. That's what I was looking at. They are just so pretty. Lorraine asks, do you utilize the buses now? As a matter of fact, I do. I go everywhere on the bus. And I've been fortunate. I've had one air-conditioned bus in the last 2 or 3 weeks. And of course, I've been also lucky to see that when I've been on the bus, I've had a driver wearing a face mask and everybody wearing face masks, perhaps with the exception of a couple of small kids. But if one boards the bus and one feels uncomfortable, one always has the choice to get off the bus. Let's see what else we have. Oh, that was sarcasm. Okay, thank you very much, Kate. I will always follow COVID mandate. That's good to know. I like sarcasm, although sometimes it's difficult to to convey. Oh, Ryan. Ryan's been in Puerto Vallarta for more than a week now, making progress on my condo. Might be ready in 3 more months, and so lucky to catch the tail end of restaurant week. Good for you. Enjoy your stay. Highly recommended the hop on, hop off double decker bus on in Guadalajara. That is a good recommendation. Thank you very much, Harold. And for our last section, I am wondering if you have any questions about Coffee and Headlines, how Coffee and Headlines works, how Coffee and Headlines doesn't work. If you have any curiosity about yours truly, although I think I'm fairly transparent, but what do I know? The reason I ask this is because I'm working on a little supplement section called Things You Thought You Knew About Coffee and Headlines in Paco that you maybe didn't know. So if you have any questions that you want to throw in the comments within the next few minutes, just share them. Harold says, and I think he's talking about me, although I'm in the room. He missed some good places to go if you have a week. Of course, I missed some good places to go, Harold. I was only there for 3 days. Let's see. There's thank yous. There's thank yous. While I see if there's any specific questions that you may have about Coffee and Headlines, I'd like to remind you that we are here thanks to you. If you enjoy the broadcast is made possible by you. So if you're not a member or a supporter, kindly consider becoming one. I don't see any questions, which means that you know everything, which is good to know. But still, I will share some tidbits and behind the scenes information for you to enjoy and get to know more about how we operate and how our day gets started and so forth and so on. So enjoy your weekend, stay dry, or, if you get caught in the rain, just have enough plastic bags to take care of your valuables and get wet because it is so much fun to do that. Dun, 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 dun. That's it. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you again. Oh, okay. That's a good question. Ronald says, is the snarky weather generated by me? Actually, I don't think I have that much power to control the weather. No, the snarky weather is an application that I have installed on my computer that is called Carrot Weather. Thank you very much for that question. And thanks to all of you for being here as always. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you again sometime soon.